All right, time for an update. So I've been working on panel gaps, getting body lines to line up. This one, you can see it's sitting just a little bit low, but that's okay, easy to adjust. And then working on making sure when I bond, I'll keep my panel gaps all even. I've got, you can tell, I like doing tile. I got my tile shims that I use. Anyways, kind of had a breakthrough today. So I've been fighting gaps on the fenders. This is, none of this is bonded, so it's still loose, but I was seeing where these gaps are just not aligned, and trunk gaps, and just the way everything's fitting together. It was just, everything was just really tight, and I was thinking there's got to be something that I need to adjust to get it to be where it needs to be. So obviously these parts all need to be painted, but things are fitting just a little bit tight, and I realized if I loosened up these screws, then the back of this would be able to move a little bit out. And I've been keeping these things basically tight and where the panel indexes on this metal bracket. And then I spent a little bit more time on it. I realized that this metal bracket is actually bonded to the body as well. So likely this fender gets glued on with a jig, and this roof panel also gets glued at the same time, so that they maintain perfect alignment with everything. But what I'm seeing right now is that everything aligns really, really well if I have this fender just pulled out that little bit, or just not centered on that screw, just that little bit. Everything else lines up really nicely. So that was kind of a breakthrough I had today, which seems like kind of a silly thing, but now it's just a matter of lining up the rest of the panels, getting the bumper, the diffuser, little these corner bumper guards, getting those all in place. They're all loose right now, quite easy to move around. Everything is super adjustable. You can see this is like just a matter of, nothing's tight, everything's loose. So once we get those tightened up and everything lined up, I think everything's gonna fit really nicely. Glass is loose, glass is not in or affixed in properly, so that's why it's taped, just to hold everything in place. This trunk lid's actually quite heavy. It's probably the heaviest thing on the back of the car. And so to keep it from sliding off the car, I've just got it taped on there just for sort of quick fits. But now I'm gonna have to make some templates for getting all my body lines set up. Instead of having the window in place here, the window's got a metal bracket that actually holds that fender in place right now. But I'll build some little metal pieces that will hold everything in place while I bond it, so that these lines will be perfect and everything aligned. Same thing here with, I've got these little fender gaps in there, and again some shims down there for when I bond. Yeah, very encouraged. Everything's looking really good. Everything's looking really nice. Now it's just a matter of oh yeah, actually you can see I've got to move this diffuser over. It's not quite balanced on the rear bumper. So once I get everything centered up, I'll get some index lines so that I can put it all back together perfectly. But yeah, it's getting exciting. Now getting pretty close to paint. I got one part left on order that I need before I actually bond everything. I have no idea when it's going to arrive. It's caught up in this supply chain nonsense, but as soon as it shows up, we'll get this thing out get some of the panels bonded, get the rest out for paint, and hopefully soon after we'll get it relicensed.